channel 100x zoom. Today, I want to tell you absolutely everything I know in great detail about binoculars with an integrated compass. There are quite a lot of them available on the market now. They are very distinctly different from each other. At the same time, they all have one thing in common. Look here. As you can see, they look somewhat different in appearance, but in terms of size, they are almost exactly the same. For example, this binocular here, it doesn't have a compass, it only has a reticle, but they are the same size. That is, they sometimes differ quite significantly in appearance and in what is packed into them. But they have one common characteristic, namely magnification, which is a crucial and invaluable feature in many applications. Look here, as you can see, this binoculars is labeled 10x50, and this one is also clearly labeled 10x50. Here I have 4 binoculars, all labeled 10x50, and the fifth one is 7x50. And just so you know, all these binoculars have a magnification of 7 times. Not 10, but 7. And these binoculars, so you can see what they look like, in approximately 90% of cases, binoculars generally have 7x magnification. You typically need to look at the diameter of the exit pupil. You see, if you can see, basically, well, in a word, I think you see, the diameter, or essentially the circumference, is actually the same, 7 millimeters, just the same, in fact. And here it's 7 millimeters. They all have 7x magnification. Even if it doesn't say 7 here, I want to repeat once more. In 90% of cases, these binoculars with a compass and reticle have 7x magnification. Next, I will explain how each of the binoculars differs from one another. For example, let's take, first of all, I'll take this one. As you can clearly see, it's a simple 7x binocular. There are eye cups, as well as you can bend them like this. They have caps and different cases. They are collimated in roughly the same way. And it is quite difficult because all these binoculars are very heavily glued. They are fairly well waterproofed. They are not afraid of being submerged underwater for a second or two. All these binoculars are not afraid of rain. But they are indeed very sensitive to light impacts. They are not actually extremely unreliable. This is because in some binoculars, even the clamping plate can be quite often made of plastic. That is, the anti-glare cap on the prism, which is located right here, the prism, the anti-glare cap, and it immediately also serves as a clamping cap, like a spring. It's hard to call it a spring. Silicone all around. So you should remember that these particular binoculars are considered to be more of a consumable or disposable item or product. They are relatively cheap, although there are some that are quite expensive. On average, these binoculars cost around $100, $150. Some people might sell such binoculars for $200 or even $300. I wouldn't say that the quality is significantly better. I think so, regarding the coating. The coating varies. In my opinion, some are single layer, and in some binoculars, the reflected rays come in different colors, for example, like in this one. It seems to me that this one has slightly better lens coating. The lenses specifically, I'm not talking about the prisms. I'm not sure if the prisms here are coated. You see, the binoculars are achromatic and quite high aperture. That is, even if you apply minimal coating here, you will still have a fairly bright image. Even in very low light conditions. So here is this very cheap, most budget-friendly and affordable binoculars. You can write anything you want about it. It only has a reticle. Now, here are these binoculars. They are like the previous ones, with a compass. How do you use the compass? From here onto this white surface, light falls during the day and you can see the compass. You basically turn it like this, the compass needle spins, and you essentially ascertain the azimuth. In the dark, no light gets in, so you press here, and a light bulb or LED illuminates, providing backlight for the compass. It lights up, well, the needle glows red. In all binoculars, the compass can malfunction. That is, the needle can become demagnetized. For example, here every binoculars to some extent malfunctions more or less. If I go outside to look through these binoculars, some binoculars still malfunction. I don't know why. And some work, well, essentially perfectly. I mean, you turn the binoculars and the needle immediately, it doesn't get stuck anywhere, it turns right away too. So keep in mind that defects can always occur, even in the best of circumstances. And it is with the compasses that this defect is certainly the most significant. That is, in terms of alignment, these binoculars are still quite okay, completely. I wouldn't say I've often encountered defective binoculars, but with compasses, quite frequently. So, in this binoculars, only the compass has illumination. Let's move on to this binoculars. Here you see it truthfully says 7x50. I bought it for a higher price. It is definitely more expensive than all the others. I don't know why, but honestly, in my opinion, it looks absolutely more robust and sturdier. The coating on it, in my honest and considered opinion, is significantly better than on these other ones that are shown right here. I like it more, though you see it's rubberized here. I don't even know how to reach it. Probably it also needs to be cut somehow. The body will just be plastic. Go look for the adjustment screws. As for the compass, it works fine here, no complaints. How to access the compass, I don't know. You can only unscrew here, change 2 batteries. On some binoculars, the battery sizes differ. The backlight, about the backlight. The backlight is right here, you see, it's blue. That's how it is. Quite decent. Out of these binoculars, I like this one more or less. Yes, now take a look. They essentially look the same, right? And this 7-fold one is not discussed, essentially, right? And this 7-fold one is not discussed. But they already have quite a significant difference, I would say. For some, this will indeed be a positive or a plus to its characteristics, while for others, it will be a minus. This binocular has lighting specifically for the compass, while this one has lighting for both the compass and the reticle, a feature that is quite useful. I believe that using such binoculars during the dark time of day, when visibility is significantly reduced, is not advisable, at least for the military, as it could lead to potential risks. You see, I mean, the reticle illumination is actually clearly visible. I will conduct an experiment later during the dark time of day. I will thoroughly, carefully, and meticulously press this button, and at a distance of approximately 50 meters, also look through the binoculars at this lens and take pictures. And I check how well it can be seen. And in these binoculars, the compass is connected. I have already replaced it, clearly. I have a compact and highly useful compass. I set it up and connected a second compass right here as well. I don't know, maybe something here is magnetized or it's from the batteries. Well, it's hard for me to say, but something here is probably causing a glitch. So, I am filming through 7x50 binoculars, which do not have a reticle illumination. And opposite there's a person you see with the light on, and they are visible. On the phone, it's definitely harder to see, but when you look with your eyes, you can absolutely see the red flash very, very clearly. So please keep that in mind. And now, here is the second binoculars. I'm already looking through and filming with the Pentacar M15x50. Here, it is even clearer. Yes, see? 15x magnification, definitely. Well, in the dark, it will be very, very noticeable indeed. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope it was very, very informative for you. Draw your conclusions. Don't forget to give it a like, and see you next time.